Hello, Mr. Ashish. Welcome to ACS-BCP's webinar. So,
Yes,
I would like to ask Bishakha Chaudhary, the member of the editorial committee, to introduce the speaker for today.
Thanks, Vishakha.
Good evening, everyone. I am Bishakha Chaudhary from the student chapter of ACS at Bombay College of Pharmacy. I'm here to introduce you to the speaker for the day, Mr. Ashish Babtiwale. Mr. Babtiwale has more than 32 years of experience in the field of pharma sales, marketing, and logistics with a niche expertise in brand management and customer maintenance and acquisition. An alum of BCP, he holds a postgraduate diploma in marketing management from JBIMS and has done a CEO leadership course from Wharton, USA. He's worked with companies like Sun Pharma, Alembic, and Zydus Korea. He's launched divisions and brands and has established infrastructure and system management. He's known for creating 100 crore club brands, Azithral, Pantocid, and Aten, to name a few. Currently, he's advising pharma companies in data analytics and digital solutions on strategizing and planning in order for them to sustain and grow in this competitive market. It's our honor to welcome you to speak today, sir.
Thanks. So should I start now?
Yes, sir. We can begin.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. I have started recording also, students. First and foremost, I thank all of you that you have some interest and you wanted to know something about some different areas where you want to make your career, and appreciate your time which you are giving right now after the whole hectic online course full day. And I thank Yash for inviting me and taking this lead to push me and talk to you regarding data analytics. And thank you for this beautiful introduction of mine. Let us start on what it is. Let me tell you, let us have this as an informal discussion rather than me teaching you something. I'm not here to teach you. I'm here to ensure that all of you know what is that after BPharm you want to do, because there are too many things. Your one friend tells you this, other friend tells you that, and it becomes a very big confusion where we need to go, where we need to chart our course. And what happens, our students are from the same age, so their vision of what will happen after 5 years, what will happen after 10 years is not there. And very few of us have a gurus who are 10 years older to us, or we call them mentors for that matter. So that's why I go to various colleges to tell them what to do, where to do, how to do, and what are the areas. I'm not much biased, okay? I'm not much biased, but still I am biased. I'm biased towards data analytics, okay? Because Dr. Lala, I don't know whether you know him or not, he was a principal of KM Kundani College. That time there were only 3 colleges in Mumbai, okay, for us. And SNDT was one for girls, but there was BCP, KNK, and UDCT, now ICT. So these are the only 3 colleges. I was in KMK, and that was the time when Dr. Lala, he pushed me to go for management. And when we go, I was the first person to go into management and a couple of my colleagues. And we had a very good and bright career throughout our life. 30 years we enjoyed. Okay, we were ahead of our all other peers, whether in career, whether in reimbursement, salaries, touring, perks, whatever it is. So I felt that we should always have somebody who will tell us where to go. So 30 years ago, that was in 89. Okay, he shared us and we went there. In 89, I went to Jamnalal Bajaj and all. But today, there is a revolution. And the revolution is of data. And luckily for us, luckily for all of us, though COVID was bad for everybody, but for pharma, for IT, both of them, COVID has helped a lot to grow. In fact, our pharmaceutical industry in India went to such a big level that now the world looks towards India for pharma growth. Okay, both for sales as well as for contribution for new products, because vaccine which our India generated are the most safest. Today, Pfizer vaccine has complaints. Today, Chinese vaccine have a complaint, but Indian vaccines don't have a complaint. So, and you know that we have been vaccinated to such a great extent that even the third wave was not able to affect us. Fourth wave, whether it will come or not, that is also a question mark. So pharma and IT, these are the two things which grew. And what is common to data analytics is both. And therefore, I'll tell you, there is a huge growth which is there. If you enter now, and even if you're average, it is like something, a train is passing by. It is going at a speed of 30 kilometers. One train is going at 80 kilometers. One thing speed, a train is going at 150 kilometers. You just have to embark in the right train so that you are ahead of all other trains. So which is the train you should embark on today? Because they are all standing on the platform waiting for you. And that's the reason I will like to share with you my thought process. And those thought process basically are related to data analytics, which is a rewarding career choice for pharmacists, whether it is a freshers or experienced, anything. I'm not too sure how many of you are from first year, second year, third year, fourth year. Okay. I presume that most of you are ready to take a decision where you want to go. And my talk is based on that. You can ask me questions afterwards or in between also, no issues. Okay. Or I would request to put you in the chat, and afterwards, Yash can really ask those questions on your behalf, whatever you feel good. So let us go to the careers which are there. And again, I thank this ACS-BCP student chapter, plus Yash, plus Professor Krishna Iyer sir, that they have thought of inviting me and advising you to take good career so that you outshine better than any other peers among you. Let me share with you that all of you know that there are so much conventional opportunities which are there for your career. Okay, you know these opportunities. I don't have to get into that. So many people must have come, they must have told you, kya karne ka, government job, private job, your factory, your pharmacy, government job, which is forensic, and then private, quality assurance, clinical trial. Most of the jobs are known to you, marketing, sales, foreign degrees and all, everything you know. So I'm not going to talk about this. What I'm going to talk about is the career. If you want to shine better, you want to go ahead better, you can take the careers. I'm telling you various careers, and the star might represent the size or opportunity which is there. The bigger the star, bigger the opportunity for your growth. So patent, IPR, now it is much more, I would say, cluttered, because last 10 years, there are so many people who have come into patent regime, and that is one career which is growing. And last 5 years, again, the patent regime, not only in India, but across the world, if you are aware of, which different countries, because most of the countries have different laws. So those people have been doing a good career. Public health might let me tell you, after Mr. Modi's regime has come, there is a huge boost into the rural and urban area for public health, and pharmacists are needed. Nowadays, you must have seen 5 years back, any chemist also in Bombay did not have a right pharmacist. Today, that does not happen. 24 hours some pharmacist has to be there, otherwise the license is closed. Okay, so public health is one thing where you can really go and enter today, because it is growing at a greater pace. Medical coding, it is related to engineering, related to language. So there, ICD-10 is, I don't know whether you are knowing that, international classification of disease and disorders. So ICD-10 is an area wherein actual recordings of diseases are done. And internationally, they are very compulsory. India, it is not compulsory. So US, UK, and all those people, they look forward to India if somebody is a medical coder, so that they convert them to write things and then give it to them. Then medical underwriting. You remember now insurance. Your parents must have claimed for insurance and health insurance, okay? And then they deduct something or they add something or whatever it is happening. Those are third party, TPS, they call it. So third party people, they employ a lot of pharmacists who can tell them whether this surgery was needed, this medicine was needed or whatnot. And then they claim accordingly. Mind well, I'll tell you that insurance is going to play a major role. Okay, and in 1 or 2 years, a lot of insurance companies will come in, and this is going to become a very big area. Then comes the forensic pharmacy. After Sushant Singh Rajput, people are aware of what is forensic pharmacy all about. But it is, and just next to our college, there is a college of forensic, which is on this university road. And more and more people are joining that. And today, any area forensic pharmacy is needed. So that is another option which you can study more into forensic and get jobs there. Okay, it is used for crimes. It is used for DNA testings. It is used for hereditary mapping and whatnot. It's various areas, even packaging and all those things. Every area forensic is going to come. Then pharmacometrics, PKPD, which is research which is not there. Means the drugs are there now. New drugs are very rare to come. So the same drugs, how they can be modified and they can reach the target audience in a much higher concentration and all. So pharmacometrics is more all about. And then pharmacovigilance, PV. PV also you must have attended a few sessions, and now in India it is growing popular. But what is more popular today is going to be a pharmacoeconomics, yet not introduced in India, just 2 years introduced in USA. Okay, so that is one area where you can take. And the last but the big star which you will see is data analytics. Today, data analytics, and I will show you some figures which you will get convinced that yes, it should be there. Why I am telling you? Because we have a certificate course, okay, and 2 years are over, almost 8 batches are over now. Okay, now 9 batch will be launched in May. All batches, let me tell you very proudly, top 3 students, okay, get job much easily, even before sometimes the course gets over. They get a job before the validity function, before the certificate, they get a job and into consultants. And they get a job which is not less than 3 or 3.5 lakhs. But that was last year. Recently, in last 3 months, the recruitments which happened, there were 2 students who joined hospital, healthcare analytics, okay, and they are earning 4.2 lakhs per annum. They were offered a salary of 4.2 lakhs per annum, and which no BPharm student gets, and they are all BPharm plus 3 months of certificate course. And from 1 year experience girl, and who has done almost 8-9 months ago data analytics from our BCP, then she has been offered a job in IQVIA very easily with a salary which is much higher than 6.5 lakhs. Okay, so this is what today's job offer in pharmaco. What I say, not on vigilance, sorry, not vigilance, but data analytics or pharma or healthcare data analytics offers. What are the details? Let me tell you. Job of data analyst, because today nobody wants to take a risk. Nobody has time to take a risk. Trial and error. आज ये करके देखो फिर hit चलेगा कि नहीं. Okay. Medicine which I will bring, whether this will work or not. If I design a strategy, whether it will work or not. If I say a distribution channel, whether it will work or not. Should I do a clinical trial? How will I get a patient? Can I do a clinical trial in lesser cost, in a lesser time? So all these things will need data. And therefore, result-oriented decision, and that too with a speed if somebody wants to do. A data analyst is a very good help. And remember one thing, technology is not a solution alone. Because in banking, in finance, in e-commerce, in insurance, okay, these are the areas where you don't need a domain knowledge. Because they are more related to the deliverance, which are more automatic, robotic, I would say. Okay, and that's why bots can easily answer. But this thing failed in healthcare, if you are aware of, the algorithms or bots or teleconsultation has failed because the human factor is much more needed. A doctor has to see the pulse, okay? The strategy has to be thought over with different areas because every medicine has a different impact, every geography has a different impact, every doctor segment has a different impact. So that if you don't know, then you cannot do. So therefore, all effective use, if you want to use of data to a growth or towards a saving or towards profitability, will need a human intervention. And that we call, or everybody respects this because data-based decision making is much in the vogue today. That if data is there, then they want to have that data analyzed and their own data will tell them something. They don't want to go into the other company's data. So data-based decision making is one thing which everybody is liking. As I told you, whether it is in banking, insurance, manufacturing, telecom, healthcare, retail, everywhere. Okay, this is there. And last 8 years, it's too much in banking and retail, okay, and telecom. It is much higher. Pharma is coming now in last 2 years, okay, and it's going to grow much faster. I'm telling you, because the data which is generated in pharma is too huge and too large. Okay, I don't know whether today only you read in the newspaper or not. A person will get heart attack. Yes or no? In how many years? Everything can be predicted with a simple AI. Okay, that is data analytics. Today's news only, there's a small column in Times of India. You can read that. And there are so many other things. My niece, she's in USA. She has worked on a project with a gynecologist. Okay, whether a pregnant woman, just by the, removing the small saliva and doing the AI for that, with a lot of data bank which they are having, they can predict whether this lady will get infection during pregnancy or not. So, and if yes, then they can really start predicting. So these are various applications which are going to be much, much higher tomorrow. And therefore, you being here today will be a better area. Salaries. I'll be discussing about salaries in later time also, because today only there is a paper published which I got hands on, and I'm going to show you that data. Okay. And that paper is published today and means garam hai aapke liye knowledge ho. All these graphs I will share with you. So if you see BFSI means banking, finance and insurance, which I told you. Manufacturing also, you know. What is more important is healthcare. Now this is whether 3 to 4 years. Okay. If you are, and this I'm able to show you because this is there in a public domain. Bennett and Coleman company has published on their website BCCR, and that's what I have access to. And e-commerce is also part of our area, say 25%, which is 1mg, Netmeds or PharmEasy or whatnot you say. Okay, they are also here. So in healthcare and e-commerce, these are the areas they get so much salary as much as the engineers. And therefore, you should not worry. You should get into healthcare. Now, all of you will have a question. We are pharmacists. Because we hated maths, we ended up here actually speaking. And you're talking engineering, which is much complicated than maths. I'll just answer your questions. Wait for some. Okay. Let us see what is data science or data analytics or big data analytics or advanced analytics. Okay, various terminologies. Artificial intelligence, a sexy word today. Okay, everybody wants to get associated with data analytics or artificial intelligence. And but when I talk to the big directors and all, they say, "Mereko pura artificial intelligence. I want to transform my company into this and." But when I say, "Okay, I'll do this. I'll use machine learning, OCR, IoT." No, I say, "Ye chota cheez nahi hai." But one thing they forget that artificial is nothing but basically a curated human mind, artificial mind, which is either supervised or unsupervised learning, and that is called as machine learning. Machine is learning like a human, and that's what machine learning is all about. If you want to get successful in data analytics, you should be dominating 3 areas. One is business domain knowledge. Now, 4 years you have been studying pharmacy. Nobody knows pharmacy as much as you. Nobody knows the medicine as much as you do. Nobody knows the drug-drug interaction as much as you know. Nobody knows the PK/PD profile and what are the impacts of humidity and heat and all those things. You know it much better. So business domain knowledge, no doubt you are having. You know the competitors. If I talk about ketoconazole, if I talk about all are zoles only, clotrimazole, ketoconazoles, rabiprazoles, okay, or pantoprazoles. No, you will be able to know that pantoprazole is something related to GI tract. Ketoconazole is something related to fungal infections. Okay, so that you will come to know easily. Others will not. For them, everything is same, and that's where your domain knowledge becomes much more important. Okay. Now, apart from business domain knowledge, you know 2 more skills. One is maths and stats, other is computer science. Now, what is happening today in pharma industry? Let me tell you, who are taking the job, and that's the reason I have been into this profession and I have recruited data analytic people. But then I never got somebody from a pharma background. I always got somebody, and I had to compromise. Either an engineer who knows machine learning, and as if he knows machine learning means he feels that I'm great enough. Okay. Machine learning is not great, let me tell you. Application of machine learning is great, not machine learning. Machine learning anybody can learn. It's very boring subject if you ask me, because the flow is always the same. It's only application, where to use, what to use, that is more important. That is computer science. Okay, that is, you know the programming, you should know how to use the programming, modeling and all those things. While one should know maths and stats. Now, maths and stats, all of you feel, see, there are people who learn for 4 years statistics, but they go to some pharma companies, they learn some tools, because computer science today is nothing but tools. Okay, tools meaning Excel, as you say, is one of the tools. So they learn the tool and they use that tools and become successful. In most of the statistical applications today, Minitab is used in most of the companies. Okay, 60% of the companies use Minitab. If you know how to use Minitab, which is you need only 1 day to master, just like your mobile phone. Okay, how many days if a new phone comes to you, you will take mastering? Exactly the same. If you know the principles of statistics, you can do that Minitab very fast. So you should know principle of statistics and mathematics. You don't have to remember formulas. No way. You should know what to apply, when to apply. So more important is the application. So these three, let me tell you, you cannot become data analytics if you don't know these three aspects. Then you become a data scientist. If you know only business domain knowledge and computer science, you know Excel, you know your pharma, you can become a best data analyst. Okay, no doubt about it. If you know something called Tableau, if you know something called Power BI, if you know your business domain, yes, you can become a good data analytics. We'll come to it. What is data analytics? If you know maths and stats and business domain knowledge, and you can become a best advanced analytics. Where data analytics is basically looking at backside, what has happened. Well, advanced analytics is more into prescriptive. I'll tell you that predictive, what will happen tomorrow. But if somebody knows maths and stats and computer science, they are experts in machine learning. But all three, it is data science. Now, these are three hard skills which you are needed. Okay, if you want to become data analyst. But if you want to become a best data scientist or a data analytics person, some soft skills are needed. One is storytelling. Because whenever you find out some data, insights, okay, because what is that big analytics? You find a common trend, what is happening, and based on that, you say this has to be done. But if you tell the person in front of you, he will not immediately agree. Okay, if you tell your parents that I want to go and do so and so course, they will first say no, because they don't know about the course, nothing. So you have to explain them. You explain them in a storytelling way, and they accept it much faster. That is one area where we have to do, where you will have to do a soft skill. Then can you read that? It's very difficult not to read whatever is coming on the left corner. It is nothing but insights in the world of data. Inciting. So inciting is as much as complicated. Same data is given to many people. Everybody will look at in a different fashion. Okay. If I give you one case, everybody will look at that case in a very, very different angle with their experience, with their knowledge, and with whatever culture they are groomed up. So therefore, inciting is much complicated thing. And let me tell you, I am an asset to the other pharma companies because I am best in inciting. If a data comes to me, data talks to me actually. I don't have to spend time in finding out what data is telling. I look at data and it goes to my mind what is happening, and I can easily predict what is going to happen. And that's why I act much speedily. So these are 5 things which you should know, and that is basically data science. Now, this data science, there are 4 types. I'll tell you. Some pharmacists must be there who has started this, what you say is data analytics, or for that matter, your big data analytics or data science. Because you see, there are 4 techniques which are stepwise important. Okay. Earlier, it was descriptive analytics. When I say descriptive analytics, you describe a painter paints. So you know how it looks like, a person looks like, or a nature looks like, and all. So it is information. It is description. Similarly, when you go to a doctor, first you talk about, I am having a pain in stomach, I am having weaknesses here, I cannot walk, my joints are a bit rigid, or whatever. So you are describing, that is what is happening. So it's basically a description. So last year my sales was less. Last year only 2 molecules were come out of research. Okay, whatever is clinical trial. If you see maximum patients, if you want to have a patient for clinical trial for anxiety, you will get them in Kerala or West Bengal. So these are all descriptions. Then better than that is diagnostic analytics. And these are the 2 areas which I'm talking about is business intelligence. Okay, this is called as business intelligence. These are the things which you look into the past, backside. Okay, what has happened? So diagnostic analytics is why it happened. So doctor, when you say a complaint, doctor gets up, he puts a stethoscope, he's trying to do this. He asks you to do, he checks your color of the tongue, and he checks whether your how down it is, the palate and all those things. Then he might do some ECG, he might ask you to do some test and whatnot. Various things he will. That is diagnostic analysis. He diagnoses, he wants to diagnose. So he takes all the inputs. So, and try to find out why it happened. Because pain, there are 10 different things which are happening. Knee joints becoming tough, there are 10 things. It can be ligament, it can be your fluid inside, it can be a bone injury, it can be a fracture, anything can be there. So he needs to pinpoint. So that is diagnostic analysis. So descriptive analysis and diagnostic analysis. Today, lot of pharma companies and consultants need this. Okay, even though it is old, lot of companies need this. And today you have easy jobs in this area because company, like let me tell you, recently a ABCD company was formed by acquiring 2 companies. One is a prescription analysis, that is a AVAX. Okay, means they do the at which retailer how much drug is sold and all. So they do those analysis, retail analysis. Sorry, not prescription, retail analysis. And there is another company which had a software for capturing the stockist purchases by the chemist. So that was a pharma company. Both of them combined together because somebody brought those two companies and called ABCD companies. One company, AVAX, that company turnover was not even 25 lakhs. 23 lakhs turnover company. Sorry, 23 crores, not lakhs. 23 crores turnover in a year that company was. Last 10, 12, 15 years it is there in the market. Similarly, last 7 years there is this company, Pharmarec in the market, which is hardly 13 to 14 crores. Okay, of which also the bigger growth happened in last 2 years from 8 crore to 14 crores. They became because they started exploiting the use of data. Earlier it was only a software company, but now they tried to analyze the data and sell it to pharma companies to get more. First year itself, they created 5 crores business extra. Second year, they had a target of almost around 15 crore extra. Now, both the companies put together, they didn't have a turnover of not even 40 crores, not even 40 crores. But 40 crore turnover when this company brought ABCD, you know what they paid for these two companies? They paid 390 crores, and that is the official figure. I don't know what cash component must have gone. Data is that important to all. It is much, much highly valuable today because data will tell you something with which you will be successful tomorrow. Now, that is diagnostic analytics. When we get to do predictive analytics, now today the world is going towards, India is going towards predictive analytics. That is, if everything continues, what is likely to happen next year? Actually, what is my sale? What will be my sale? So that is predictive analytics. So they will predict these cardiac patients will grow at what %, diabetic patients will grow at what %, population will grow at what %, the medicine will come at what %. All that is predictive analytics. Okay, and today many predictive analysis is what is likely to happen. Okay, the first thing is what is happening. Second thing is why it is happening. Third is what is likely to happen. So everything is happening. So that is predictive analysis, and that is what you have to learn today if you want to be a topper in the industry. Prescriptive analytics is not yet come, but for that an experience is needed for sure. The domain knowledge is needed for sure. You cannot get into prescriptive analysis for first 5 years of your careers because you have to have an advantage of having that knowledge worked in the ground field. I have worked on the ground, so I know last 30 years I was in the industry, so I know in and out where what happens. So it's very easy for me to prescribe. That somebody says no, if this is going to happen, I don't want this to happen. I want that to happen. Like doctor after diagnosis tells you that you have a cancer. Okay, he has predicted this is a cancer, and you will live for say 6 months to 1 year. Now, immediately patients or family members say, no, I want him next 5 years. He should. Okay, he wants to be for next 5 years, so that is where I want to go now. What will happen? I told you 6 months to 1 year, but now I want to change that to 5 years. So I want to change the outcome. So to change the outcome, then he will say you will have to either do a surgery, or you have to take a chemotherapy, or you will have to remove some lumps, or whatever it is, or you will have to take some medicines. So he will tell something to you, and that is how to change the outcome. Now, what is going to be outcome is predicted. But if I don't go, the road is going to go this way, that is a prediction. But I don't want to go this side. I want to go this side. So to go this side, what I should do? Then there will be some medicines. Like you go to a doctor and he prescribes. No, why he prescribes you a cold tablet or a COVID vaccine? Because COVID vaccine nahi leta to aap mar jate. But you don't want to have that outcome. So therefore, you try to change that, and therefore, people were paying any amount of money for it, whatever it is. So that is what happened in analytics. I hope it is clear till now. Is the speed okay for all of you? Yes, I have 15 minutes. Hello, all of you, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So I have just created a background for you now. Now I'm going to go into details and much faster now. I hope basics have been understood by you, okay? The descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. These are the 4 analytics which are there. And I'm not giving you the examples of it. I've already shared with you those examples. Now, the first part, so 4 parts which are there, you start from standard reporting, then descriptive analytics, ad hoc reporting, that is again descriptive analytics. Query drill down and alerts, that is diagnostic analytics. So what is going to happen, which actions are needed and all these things, it comes into basically the bottom parts. You must have seen the same colors, and that is called as business intelligence. Today there are too many jobs for business intelligence, easy to come. Okay, because lot of companies which are there who helps pharma companies. Today in India, pharma companies are not recruiting data analytics, But in USA, UK, you go, they are recruiting. But in India, most of the consultants there are at least 250 consultants in India, Bombay and Pune itself, who are looking for candidates. So this is called as business intelligence. But there are people who want to know why. They want to know the reason, statistical analysis. They want to know forecasting, that is prediction. They want to happen, what will happen the next. They want to do the modeling, what will happen the next. And then they want to also change, optimize. I want to change the things which are prescriptive analytics. So that is basically called as analytical intelligence. Okay, and that is where the lot of money is there. People will be paid beyond their capacity. Okay, if you are good in these areas of analytical intelligence. Okay. What is the difference? Let me share with you what is the difference. Now, there are various types of analysis. I forget about cybersecurity analysis, business analyst, data analyst, healthcare analyst, management analyst, marketing analyst. These are all business intelligence roles. Okay, the first area which I shared. There are three areas I told you. One thing is I have not written a domain knowledge here. Okay, because I presume all of you are having. Now, statistics and mathematics knowledge, programming, that is computer knowledge, and moreover, personal interaction. You need to be extrovert or introvert. Okay, so what is that you are? So what are the three categories in you? You can analyze and then you can go for that particular area and study more in that area. Like business analyst. Business analyst means what? If you are very talkative and go to everybody and can get more information, and your statistics knowledge and mathematics knowledge is minimal, and programming is low or none, that is slightly Excel or something you can do if somebody has done it. Okay, so dashboards are there, you can operate dashboards and you can become a business analyst. But if you want to be a data analyst, then your statistics and mathematics knowledge should be stronger, very high. Similarly, if you want to be a healthcare analyst, your statistics and mathematics knowledge is very high. And that's what we teach. We teach people, don't get afraid of mathematics and statistics. It's a very simple subject because you should know where to apply and how to apply. You don't have to remember formulas. And that's what we teach. And similarly, if you go to the extreme right, programming, they will say you should have a medium knowledge of at least. And therefore, we teach Excel, Python, machine learning there. So medium knowledge is there. In the certificate course, that much we teach so that at least you can become a data analyst or healthcare analyst. So that you can easily become. Again, if you want to become management analyst, it's something similar to business analyst. Okay, management analyst is something who assists the directors or the board of members or somebody who is going to do. While marketing analyst is somebody who guides the marketing team where to do. So for that, he should have medium knowledge of everything. Okay, all medium knowledge is there. You can get into marketing analytics also. So when students come to us, they either want to do in marketing analytics, either distribution analytics, that is logistics. Either they want to get into clinical trials analytics, either they want to go into hospital or healthcare analytics, either they want to go to basic research or R&D analytics. So there are various areas which they want to get into. In India, let me tell you, top two almost are sales and marketing is one and clinical trial is another. These are the two in demand today. There is a demand for QC also, QA also, okay, who are there, who comes to us for learning data analytics, because many a times now today, if you are 4 years, 5 years in career, the boss tells you, you don't know data analytics, please go and learn data analytics and come so that next promotion I will give you. So many of the students who come to us are from 5 years to 15 years experience who do that. Okay. So these are the areas where you need to work together. So this is what is my suggestion to all of you. Now the market is going to grow 15%. Today, 5% growth is also supposed to be a better. आपको interest भी आजकल 5% नहीं मिलता है बैंक में. But this is going to be a CAGR of 15%, and I'll give much more opening data because this data was done before our COVID times. So this graph is before COVID time, 2017 to 2024. But the COVID has created a disruption in digital area. So too much of digitalization has happened, and therefore more the digitalization, more the data output is there, and too much of data is coming to us. And that's the reason in healthcare people are getting into this. So CAGR will be much more than that. In fact, last year to this year salary growth, if you see, is 25% for data analytics people. So that means the growth is much, much higher. And if you see in which area it is going to grow higher, in clinical analytics, it is going to grow much higher. In operational, that is sales, marketing analytics, also it is going to grow much higher. And in financial analytics, which I don't think you should be getting into right now, but that's also big scope for that to get into this area. So these are lucrative segments. So they are going to grow 4 times. Clinical analytics is going to grow 4 times, and 2.5 times almost operational analytics is going to grow in 7 years' time, which is a very, very big growth, let me tell you. And if you want to become, which are the analytical tools you should know? Because I told you, you should know the tools. That is basically computers. So you don't have to know the programming and all those things. Though we teach programming in our subjects, not necessarily you should know programming, because somebody else will do programming for you. But you should know a basic grammar, and therefore we teach that. But if you know these tools, out of that, at least 2 tools you know, it will be much better. SciSense is there, ClickSense is there, Tableau. Tableau is one of the biggest the topmost BI tool, or also a visualization tool. Its visualization principles are the best in any tools. And it is today also the world over most expensive one. We teach Tableau also in our course. Then Oracle is there, which is again a good business intelligence tool. Excel is there. We teach Excel. Most of you had also a session on Excel also. You must have seen what is the power of Excel. And we have taught you only say 15% of Excel. Let me tell you honestly. We have not taught you too many things like regression analysis and other statistical analysis or macros and all. We have not taught you. Then there's a Power BI, which is coming with Microsoft. That also you should learn. So you should be mastering those tools. Then IBM Cognos, which is a very, very exclusive tool. Okay, highly licensed. SAP is again a license. SAS is again a license. So these are the tools which you should know if you want to grow. Okay. So where can you grow? You can grow in data. If you become the best data scientist, you can grow in marketing and sales. Marketing, I'll give you one simple example. Okay, ekdam simple example. You know Glenmark. All of you know company Glenmark? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Great. So you know the company Glenmark. So Glenmark is a very old company. Okay, I started my career that time also. Glenmark was there. So 35 years plus company it is. And last year they were doing a turnover of 350 crores. When I say 350 crores means in a year they used to sell worth 350 crores of goods. In a month they used to sell 350 crores of goods. So monthly turnover was 350 crores. Now in these times, they launched one product called Fabiflu. Favipiravir, you know that, no? So that was basically a good drug. For COVID, lot of things have come, right from HCQ, Azethral, Remdesivir, and whatnot. Okay, people have been prescribing anything and nothing worked, actually speaking, including plasma treatment and all. But Fabiflu was a thing, Favipiravir, which is very much used. But remember one thing, that say around 9 months ago, they launched this drug Fabiflu, and you will be surprised that Fabiflu for 3 months, it sold 400 crores. Only one brand sold 400 crores. Remember, after so many years, the company was selling 350 crores in a month. But with data analytics, they could bring out something before any other company can get out. Because see, it needs a lot of courage. First and foremost, you should know where the drug will work or not. You should know how the disease is going to progress or not. Because for anything like this, you have to act 6 months in advance. You have to procure the raw material, put the order, think about how much I'm going to sell. It's a risk, no? If I'm going to sell 400 crore worth of goods, I should have that much of investment also. Somebody has to put that much of money in the market, no? So but they had a good data scientist to advise them, and they had a good confidence in their product, which they were doing it. And that's the reason they could launch this, and they could sell so much that jitna sell tha, usse bhi unhone zyada profit kamaya. Not only that, their share market worth price went so high that the owners of the company were rich by 3 times. Okay, so that is what these data analytics can differently change. For customers, you can tell the customers also. That is the doctors or the patients, whatever it is. So let us see customers or doctors. So what doctors like or not. But there are now tools wherein directly it will sense what that doctor likes, and that first product will come on the screen. That will also happen. If the doctor says, I want so-and-so reference, he just clicks on that, and doctor speaks, I want so-and-so reference. The message goes to HO and it gets converted. Somebody answers that, and an email is shot immediately. So before the representative goes out in 1 hour, the doctor is getting the answer for his query. So that is what is happening in digital marketing and data analytics today. Okay, not only that, the representative is getting all the knowledge. Today is doctor's birthday. Okay, so we can wish him, or they can tell the doctor has reduced the sales of so-and-so product because the outside chemist has reduced that sales. So many things it can tell. In clinical trials, I mean, I don't know whether you know phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 studies. But as we come into phase 1, phase 2 studies, you have to do a clinical trial in not healthy volunteers, but disease volunteers. Now, where to get to disease volunteers? Because if you want to do a study, then you should know the data analytics then tells you Either you go into a Facebook or a Twitter or some conferences and get into a text analytics or a semantic analytics, okay, sentiment analytics, and then you come out, okay, this is the area wherein so and so much patients of this thing is there. Now, a simple question, hepatitis B patients, okay, you will not get many patients. Now, because I've worked in the market, I know, but data analysts will tell you that 50% of the cases are in Punjab, Haryana. Next 30% are in Northeast. Next 10% are in Bihar, Jharkhand. And less 10% less is across India. If I want to have a patient, if I search in West Zone or South Zone, I will not get patients. I have to go somewhere there. So that is how the data analysis will tell. Hospitals and patient today, hospitals are, Apollo is only one hospital which is using data analytics. But I will tell you how, if you are a patient is admitted in the ward, the whole past data analyze, they say many of the patients which come here get staph aureus infections. Okay, so as soon as the patient comes, he is given an antibiotic which will take care of staph aureus, so that patient case is not complicated. The data analytics predicts that after how many days this patient is going to get cured, or which are the tests that patient will be needing, and that many instruments when they will be free, so the patient can be, so faster diagnosis, faster analytics, lesser time, waiting time, things will happen there. And the patient cannot be refused. So I know that the patient is going to go after 30 days. So even if 25th day any patient comes, I say, okay, you do this test, and get admitted on after 5 days. So patient does not go to any other hospital, he comes to his hospital only. There are so many things, R&D, drug discovery. Vaccine is the biggest example. Any drug which is to come, data analysis has compressed that from 15 years to 5 years. But I was so surprised that we got a vaccine in 15 months. And I never expected before 2 years it will come. But natural, FDA and all, they gave some relief and other things, and risk-benefit ratio was given to them. And that's how the people get. But then more importantly, which drug will work? Because we had an experience of coronavirus. So we could know these are the drugs which will work this area, this area, this area. So this is slightly different variant. So therefore see that variant, genotype it, and then come out with a vaccine very fast. And that's how we got in 15 months, we got a vaccine. That is because of data analytics. So these are the various help areas where you can help. Now, in next 5 minutes, I'll be telling you the data race, what is happening. Okay, there are various organizations like Navigo, IQVIA, SMSRC, ORG, IMS, TCS, IBM, where you can join. Okay. Novartis is the company 2012 they started, and they are using across for drug discovery, commercial analytics, and precision medicine. There are many other companies world over. Okay, not in India, but they are using various data analytics companies. They are partnering with data analytics company. The red, which you can see, is basically a data analytics one, and the black is where they are using for, what purpose it is using for. So whether it is Roche, Bayer, GSK, Pfizer, they are using Sanofi, they are using this analytics. In India also, Abbott, Cipla, Reddy's, they are using it to a greater extent. And I have seen that Alchem and Aeris, these are the organizations which have started using more. I am getting too many calls from these basic companies to do this. We have also created a chatbot, okay, which will tell what is their needed. So at least 8 people's job is they're relieved and they can do much better productive jobs, and machine will answer the queries. And because of that, even the field people don't have to worry about, they just have to type it and they will get the queries. No phone call, no money, no timing, and nothing like that. So there are various things which can be done. If you want to get a job, Fractal, Mu Sigma, PwC, ZS, Syneos, Accenture, IQVIA, these are various companies wherein you can apply and get the jobs after you know data analytics. Because all these firms, they partner with pharma companies, okay? If you just go into Google and check, okay, every time in LinkedIn there is an advertisement. Today, I get to see a Cognizant advertisement. Cognizant, I don't know whether you have heard of it. Oh, okay, Cognizant is something like your Ernst & Young or some big companies, that they are hiring pharma candidates for junior data analysts. They are writing there in their advertisement that we want a pharma candidate. If you see PwC, PwC is what basically PricewaterhouseCoopers. So that company also is highlighting senior associate healthcare analytics. So people are now targeting the pyramid. They are directly hiring. When company is directly hiring, okay, and they are into clinical trial analytics. They want it somewhere. Even if you see Novartis, even if you see Abbott, Dr. Reddy's, everybody is giving advertisements today. Okay, and they want data analytics who are having a pharmacy background. You will see. I'm just giving you one Pfizer advertisement, which is there in Chennai. Okay, and you will see that everywhere the need is basically of a pharmacist. So today companies are targeting to pharmacists. Unfortunately, they are not. This is 6 months old advertisement, Pfizer wala, Chennai ka. And today also they are advertising. They have not got a person as much as they want. If you go to say Naukri.com, now till last year Naukri.com used to have 20,000 opportunities for fresh data analysts. You can see here 49,877, 50,000 fresher data analytics jobs. They are having. Out of that, Bangalore is having 11,000, Delhi is having 10,000, 11,000, Mumbai is having 7,000. So there are so many jobs which are available. And what is the pay? For 4 years plus, it is almost 16 lakhs per annum. It is almost 12 to 26 lakhs per annum. It is almost 12 to 24 lakhs per annum. This is by PayScale, one website called PayScale, or then other by Glassdoor, other by Ambition Box. They are all head recruiters for various companies. Okay. So this is what I'm telling you the opportunity. Even in LinkedIn today, you go, there are 1,700. 1,700 opportunities the LinkedIn is listing for that. And that's the reason I say, you see everywhere it is more into healthcare business data analytics, XQCR, clinical data coordinator by Fusion, healthcare data analyst by Vision. Okay, so everybody is talking about a pharmacist need. Okay, that is where I am telling you that one should really get into this field because there is a lesser supply and more demand in this, and that is going to grow. So when you are driving a car, I think most of you must be driving some car or something. Motorcycle mein nahi karte hum log, but rear view mirror is much used, and that is looking at back, past, what is going to happen, and that is called as traditional BI reporting. Today, everybody is shifting to data science. Now we are trying to see what is in front of this. There is a big truck, but we want to know what is beyond the truck so that I can take a speed, I can overtake, or whatever I can do. So that is what is predictive analytics or prescriptive analytics, which is much more used, and that will pay you much more salary. You can learn by both way, formal training or do it yourself. There are various advantages and disadvantages of both. I just have listed down, but I personally will go into the formal training course because you are sure that within the time frame you finish that and you have a mentor who is available for you, who teaches you, and you become a real master. Because in this data analytics job, nobody is worried about theoretical answers, whether you can answer better or not. No, there are generally minimum 2 rounds, and first round it is more of whether you are efficient or not, and second round is basically a case study. So first round is interview, second round is always a case study wherein they will tell you, please, this is the data, can you show the analysis and show me. So that is why it is more needed that you should have a hands-on experience. You should know to do it yourself. Theory is not sufficient, and therefore do it yourself is not generally good. Our next batch is going to start from 18th of May. That is the 9th batch of BCP is going to start. Now let me tell you, and in next 5 minutes I will be ending it. Salary brackets, and this is the data which I said was released today. Okay, it is a complete study which is done by AIM and HeroWire. HeroWire is a recruitment company. AIM is a data analytic company. Okay, they have done this and they have published a paper, Data Sciences Salaries in India. So this is Indian data, 2020, 2021, 2022. So if you see the freshers, now the freshers jobs are lesser than last year, but the experienced one, they are increasing because now people are getting more money. And by experience, if you wish to know how many years of experience is there, you will see earlier 3 years, okay, it was not much, it was hardly 5 lakhs, but today, and I told you, I have seen myself, a fresher can demand 0 to 3 years experience, can demand 7 to 8 lakh salary. If 3 to 6 years, it goes up to 12 lakhs. And if 6 to 10 years, it goes up to 20 lakhs. And that data exactly matches with whatever that Glassdoor or other people have done their analysis and are telling you. So this is one thing where your salary grows much, much faster. And itna fast pharma mein dusra kidhar bhi nahi increase hota hai, let me tell you. Either you do an MBA and get into that or this area. If you get into research, R&D, if you get into clinical trial, if you become a scientist in QA, QC and all, your salary will not grow. Even after 10 years, your salary will be 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs. Hence, currently, I don't know after 15 years what will happen, but currently people with 15 years experience in QC generally get that salary. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Across the cities, if you see, Mumbai is still much higher in the recruitment, and the topmost is Bangalore. Okay, here on average when I say is 3 to 6 years, you will get a 15 lakhs plus 17, 18 lakhs salary in Mumbai. But if you go to Chennai, Hyderabad, it is still lesser. Pune also is slightly lesser than Mumbai. Okay. If you want to do experience wise, okay, we are all into 0 to 3 year scale. Let us see, we are all freshers. So let us see the second graph. The first graph is the median. So the first graph is the median. Let us do the second graph. Still it is 5 lakhs in Chennai and still is it 8 lakhs in Mumbai, you see. So this is what you can get the salaries. Now, data science, which roles you should take? As an analyst, I told you, data analyst is the biggest lowermost role, management analytics and all, but still that will fetch you around 9 lakh rupees salary. Okay, on an average, meaning say about 3 years of experience. And if you really become big data analyst, that is what we teach, machine learning and other things. It is exactly double than that. And for that, you need to know statistics, you need to know NLP and all those things are there. But you should be a data scientist or a big data analyst. That is what should be your target. Okay. And this data is very fresh. March 22 data. एकदम गरम गरम आज सुबह मेरे हाथ में आया है. Okay. So I trust this very much, and AIM is a very good company in this. And if you see which are the industries which is going to grow. Now these are already grown. As I told you, e-commerce, banking, retail, telecom, these are already grown. Okay, this is 8-9 years it is there. Pharma is just entered, and you see, pharma healthcare is also going to dominate, and the salaries will be around 20 lakhs average salary, and this is average salary, median, mean mode median. I don't know in statistics whether you have learned or not. Okay, median is somewhere in center, so people can get salary here and higher also. So this is where there is going to be a growth in pharma industry, and therefore pharmacists should first, because pharma domain knowledge pharmacists is having, they should get into this. And I would advise all of you to get into this. Thank you very much. I stop here, and thank you for my patient hearing. You can take a photograph of this, because if you wish to know something more, you can connect me on Twitter. Ashbab is my name in Twitter. I would request all of you to follow me on data analytics in healthcare. Okay, because there are more and more jobs, something new in data analytics that is there. So you just search on Telegram data analytics in healthcare and you will be able to join me. LinkedIn, you can follow me up on Ashish Babtiwale. My mobile number and email ID is given here. Just take a photograph of this screen or screenshot of the screen and keep with you. Okay, thank you very much. I am finished. Now over to you.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir, for your words. Now I would like to request Meher. When we asked people to register for this session, we had in the registration form we had an option to ask the questions which they had for you. So the member of the events team, Meher, will read those questions.
And today also after the session, if somebody has those questions, they can also ask, put in the chat, or somebody can then ask directly also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There is a question in the chat.
And
we'll cover all the questions.
Thank you. And one session. I am here available for all BCP students anytime in my life. Okay, this is my alma mater. I want BCP students to outshine than anybody else. So anytime in life you feel, connect with me. Yes, over to you, Meher.
Hello, sir. I'm Meher. So we've got questions from Pranjali Pawar asking, what exactly does the data analyst do? What coding languages should we learn for this? And does the data analyst have a promising future?
First and third question, I think they have already got it in my session. Correct? No? The first question was what?
What exactly does the data analyst do?
That I have explained. The third question is what? That what is the career? Second question is there, that what language and other things they have to learn. So let me share that. The first and third question is answered. So let me answer about the second question. See, today we are going into a different area. If you see earlier when I created the course, our language was the much more popular for data analyst people, data scientists world over. But over the day when we started the course, almost in 2020, we started this course. And I was trying to do this, college was behind me in 2018 or 19. In 2020, the topmost language which was there was data, and for data scientists is Python. So Python was the language which was 85% of the data scientists should also use. So that is the language which we teach. That is a coding language. But when I tell coding language, you don't have to worry about that coding language. There are two reasons I'll tell you. One, because generally coding is needed so that in machine learning you can create a right model. But if you directly create the code, or if you tell a IT person to create a code, because in our course we directly create a code and give it to you in machine learning for modeling, so that you can solve 80 to 85% of the problems which can come across for next 10 years. Okay, that much of ready-made you get, because coding is nothing but you have to follow a certain path. That is one. So, but you should know, and therefore I say I will teach you Python. It is a simple thing. All of you must have learned to drive a car by some going to some school. So they come and teach you every day. That driver comes to teach you, okay, for 18 days and all. One day they take you to some their shop. They open the bonnet and they tell you carburetor idhar hai, AC idhar hai, brake ka idhar hai, gearbox idhar hai na? They tell you. How many of us remember today also? Nobody. At least you are young. At this age of mine also, I have driven a car for 30 to 35 years. I never had opened the bonnet. But driving, I come to know what is the problem in the car, because I had that knowledge. So having that knowledge helps you. You will never do coding in life as a data analyst. Second, today the world is going ahead. Coding is not going to be something which everybody has to do. People are going into coding. And let me tell you, after 3 years, there might be Julia is a language, okay, which is a combination of R and Python. That might be a language which people might like. But Alexa like things are coming in. So you don't have to do coding. You will just tell the computer, and that is where the people are doing research today. I will tell the computer, okay, I want to do that. These two things are to be done, and model for regression univariate has to be created. Tuck, 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 they will create and give it to you. Okay, that is one thing which will happen. A part. B part, and we are going to change after say 3 months or 6 months down the line, because the license fee is very high. Machine learning without coding. So data analytics without coding will happen. You don't have to learn coding. Just drag and drop what you want to do. Okay. Like Excel, you have learned every formula and all these things you have to type. But if you go to Tableau, if you go to Power BI, you just have to drag and drop. It is so easy. Okay. And you don't have to learn. That is the advantage. So don't worry. Coding is important, not going to be used in the lifetime. I do the best of data analytics and I hate Python coding rather, but still I'm successful. People give me job. I earn a handsome money.
So the second question is from Harshal Hazare. What is the current status of the pharmaceutical industry in the integration of new technologies with data analytics ranging from IoT, that is Internet of Things, quantum computing, and AI?
IoT is mainly used in manufacturing and other areas, and it is highly used today. Okay, because as soon as the temperature, humidity goes down, immediately the alarm is shot up. Not only in the manufacturing, but also there are so many cold chain products, vaccines, and other things which are delivered from one place to another, which are supposed to be below 8 degrees. And you know, in India, it is always above 30. In Bombay, we are at least lucky, but outside, if you go, it is goes up to 38, 40 also many times. So there are chips which are carrying, and anytime and it is recorded also, anytime the temperature goes down in that container, immediately the head office is informed. And so IoT of things are widely used in our pharma industry today. Okay, even the temperature management, humidity management, even the sterility management in the area of manufacturing and all is taken care with IoT. With respect to other aspects, pharma is going ahead very high. Let me tell you honestly, because I do work in the pharma industry. A big company, Glenmark, already has somebody who is into this data analytics. Sun Pharma is recruited just in January a new person only for data analytics. Okay, vice president. I know 2 companies who are already. That is, one is Integris, one is Juventus. Okay, this company they have already recruited, and April 1st these gentlemen are going to join, and that department is going to grow. So most of the companies, okay, are going to get into this data analytics with a greater vengeance, because they want to be the first. And everybody knows that data analysts can tell me something, because then they have seen Fabiflu, you have seen in Glenmark and all, they have seen the impact of that. That is the reason people will be going very high.
Thank you, sir. Krish Mistry has asked, is there any free course on data analytics that you would know of and recommend?
Pardon?
Is there any free course on data analytics that you know of and recommend?
Umpteen free courses are there. And as I showed you, do it yourself, and that other thing is by doing. There is a difference. Do it yourself. I am telling you, you think of practicing yoga from tomorrow. Okay. And there is no teacher, nobody. How many days you will do? Okay. Second thing, but if you pay for that money, you go to the gym. You will go daily. So if you pay, you are vengeful, and there is somebody to monitor you if you don't do it. Okay. And then it happens. Same thing applies here. So many people start and acha, in do it yourself, you don't know what to learn. Because Google Baba mujhe itna bada knowledge. Which knowledge you should take, nobody tells you. Free courses are there. Coursera is one area which will give you a lot of free courses, especially in data analytics. Let me tell you. And there are people who also cheat you, like there are Simply Learning or Great Learning and all these companies. They will tell you that we teach you, and they just show you the videos. They give you the videos, you see the videos, and then you do it yourself type of things. And then one day only their teacher comes and all. Okay, so nobody will do it genuinely, and therefore I wanted people to come. We are doing it very cheap. In fact, Great Learning, Simply Learning, they charge 1.5 lakh. We charge 40,000 only, and people get salary which is more than because if a BPharm guy is there, he gets a salary of 2 lakh on average. Okay, my small company, I am paying 2 lakhs to recruit an intern, not an employee. To intern, I pay 2 lakhs, and if he's confirmed, I will pay him 3 lakhs plus in 6 months' time. Now, how many BPharm, MPharm people after 1 year also get 3 lakhs? You check. So you yourself can easily in first year take out your. But at the same time, there are so many people who are top 3 in my class. They get much higher salary. So it is always better to go through a guru. Okay, who is there? There are good courses also in IIMs which are offered by IIMs. Okay, whether it's Ahmedabad, Chennai, and they offer a good courses. Bangalore, they offer good courses also. IBM, they were to start, but they have not started. And there are some companies like Vidyanidhi and all who teach you, but their fees are very high, 6.5 lakhs and all. So they also teach you better. More higher the fees, and they will ensure that they will give you a job also. Okay. We might start a diploma course, postgraduate diploma course. BCP is behind me. I'm not getting time, but we might do, I don't know when, but 1 year of course of postgraduate diploma will be started in data analytics in healthcare. For healthcare, we are the only ones who are doing the course, data analytics in healthcare. Okay. Any other question?
Yes, so we've got a question that says, so could you kindly explain more about the application of data analysis and science in core drug development and pharmacological research?
Pharmacological research is your clinical trials. Core is your R&D basic research. There is nothing great. I already explained to you. COVID, all the vaccines which came are basic research. Okay. How does it work? Novartis has a big bank, and now they have created a a bank with different companies joining in. They give their data, so they have all the drugs which are there, which with the various structure activities and their characteristics and side effects and effects and all those things. So just like a police, you have a photo and then it matches in your millions of photos. Similarly, as soon as you put a chemical drug structure, it goes through, and then it will tell you what are the chances of it being effective in which area and which side effect will give. All those things are coming for today. Okay, and that's the reason the candidate which will be better, instead of getting into a drug trial which will take 5 years to search, in 5 days they will get to know that this is a drug which can be a better candidate. This out of 100 drugs, immediately 5 drugs can be selected to go ahead. Okay, so that is one thing which is you can be sure of, that in basic research is there. Clinical trials, India is the biggest market today. You have big scope in clinical trials. Every damn company wants somebody in clinical trials doing this, because today everything is monitored, including heart rate, including diabetes. Okay, 24 hours it can be monitored. Person sitting in USA can monitor his parents sitting in Bombay, okay, for diabetes, whether it is going high or not. Yes. I hope the people who are asking questions are there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. As a follow-up question to the previous one, could you please explain a good place, like a free course platform to start and then move on, basically as a first semester BPharm student?
please, till second year, don't think of getting into data analytics. It is beyond your cup of tea. I don't even encourage third year students to come into it. When they pass out third year, then I say you come down to this course. Unless you come to the fourth year, don't come to the course. Itna heavy mat karo. Pehla domain knowledge seekho. If you want to learn something like tools like analytics, Excel and all, you start learning, no issue. First year, relax, chill. अरे pharmacy क्या है पहले वो सोचो, okay? And then you come there. First you learn pharmacy यार. क्या है? You will learn. There is a core and then there is a coating. आप लोग टैबलेट बनाए तो आपको मालूम रहेगा. तो पहला तो टैबलेट बनाना पड़ता है, फिर कोटिंग में जाता है. ओके, कोटिंग के बाद उसका वैल्यू ज्यादा बढ़ता है. बट कोटिंग अच्छा है तो भी अंदर अगर मेडिसिन नहीं रहेगा तो उसका वैल्यू कुछ नहीं है. तो द कोर हैज टू बी बेस्ट. तो पहला तो तुम्हारा कोर बनाओ एंड देन कोट इट विथ डेटा एनालिटिक्स, कोट इट विथ pharmacovigilance, coat it with management graduate and all those things to increase your value. Okay. So first and second year, please don't even join my course. Third year, I will not unless you convince me. I don't take third year students. I only recommend fourth year students to come to this course. Yes.
Sir, there is one final question. Hello, sir. Great presentation. What skill sets would help to become a successful data analyst? Does maths and stat are key players here? Do these jobs offer more flexibility in work?
कौन है? पहला चीज तो मेरा तारीफ किया. Thank you very much. Okay, great presentation. I am from person from marketing, so presentation will be good. I am a person belonging to data analyst where I should have a good presentation. I don't know, you must have listened to my slide. There was a slide which I showed when the curtains opened and the three circles came, and then there is one thing which came as a storytelling, one thing came as inciting. ये 5 category खाली चाहिए आपको. If you have these 5 categories, you can become a good data analyst. Deeper the knowledge, higher and faster the growth. Superficial the knowledge, lesser. I hope I have answered. Any other question, Meher?
So we have a last question from Ruchi asking, guide us to the data analyst profile in short. Like, do we need to do masters or certificate courses are enough, or is it mandatory to have prior experience?
Can you repeat, please?
Can you please guide us to the data analyst profile in short? Like, do you need to do a master's or certificate courses are enough, or is it mandatory to have prior experience?
Okay, great. See, one thing I'll tell you, in IT, more than education, your application and your grasping knowledge is much same. Okay, there are people like me who never had a formal education in life in data analytics, but I created brands like Azithral just because of data analytics. Okay? My success has really pushed me to teach people data analytics. In fact, all my managers whom I have taught Excel and all, today they are at a very high position and they are telling, yes, sir, you have taught us. But it is because they got some person who pushed them to do it and all. So my contention is that even there is no teacher, you can still become, provided you have that passion and you know and learn the things in depth. Okay. But luckily today, in our times, there was nothing like data analytics. Even 2 years back, there was no course also in data analytics. Okay. 2 years behind only we started, and after that, Great Learning started and other people started the course in data analytics. And especially earlier it was more into machine learning, but healthcare आज तक कोई नहीं सिखा पाता है. Nobody knows how to handle the healthcare cases also. We take programs for Biocon, RX, LifeSearch. Okay, we take for Glenmark, Sun Pharma. We take some courses to train their students to use more data analytics. People from IPCA, people from Cipla, people from Indoco, people from Biocon, people from Mylan. Okay, Novartis, they do come to us to understand the course. Okay, so I will not say, I would say you should have formal education. Masters वगैरह वगैरह भी तो master का course करने का तो masters का course है ही नहीं पहला चीज तो. Okay, postgraduate diploma also is not there. There IM course of 3 years are there, 1 years are there. They are direct courses after your graduation, wherein you can go and do that. Okay, they are full-time courses. What we are thinking of is a part-time course so that you can earn money and fund yourself. So data analytics also is an online course. Diploma also will be online, but last 1 week or 2 weeks will be physical courses. That is what we are trying to plan. I hope I've answered.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much for patiently answering all of our questions. I'm sure it will definitely help us in the long run, in the very near future, actually. Thank you.
It should help you. If I want all of you to get into this data analytics world, and I'm telling you, it will be much sweet. After 10 years, you can send your Guru Dakshina to me, I said.
Thank you, Meher. So we have covered all the questions. So we would like to formally end this session for today. Now I would like to invite Sanika Mungekar, the member of the communications team, to give us the vote of thanks for today. Over to you, Sanika.
Yeah, am I audible?
You're audible,
Yes.
you're not visible.
Okay, just a minute. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. I'm Sanika. I'm a part of the communications team. On behalf of ACS-BCP Student Chapter, I would like to thank you personally for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining us today and sharing your experiences with us. Next, I would like to thank all the students who have joined the session and all the members of our student chapter for organizing this webinar. Last but not the least, I would like to thank our faculty advisor, Dr. Krishna Iyer, sir, and our faculty co-advisor, Dr. Elvis Martin, sir. I hope it was an informative session for everyone. And I would request you all to please fill the feedback form and turn on your cameras for the screenshots.
Requesting everyone to turn on your videos for the screenshot.
You can get into a large gallery, yes, if you really want to have more people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, I am not taking the screenshot. One of the members is.
No, only the host will be able to do that. Getting into a large gallery.
Hello, Snehadeep. Are you taking the screenshot?
Yeah, I'm taking. Yeah, done.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you. All the best to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye. Good night.
Bye, sir.
Enjoy.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Sanika. Thanks, Meher. And thanks, Yash. Bye.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.